Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. What's good, Jaden, Edgar, Steadfast, Jonathan, William, Visionary, J-Man, TL, Rasta, Matthew, Tupac. G, what's up, man? Hope everybody had an amazing weekend. We got a very big night tonight, man. We got an absolute stacked earnings lineup, some pretty important data, and we got quite a few charts to go over. A lot of the names we usually trade are reporting earnings, but it's all good. We got plenty of post-earnings setups coming this week. It's going to be a great week. What's up, KC, Nelson, Misfit, Freedom, Godson, Francisco. What's good, everybody? Let's get it. You guys know the vibes, man. It is about that time. Let's do the damn thing. Let's do it. Alrighty, y'all. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First off, I just want to say thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. Second, for anybody that's new here, welcome. Way that we structure these lives, first things first, we're going to get into the economic calendar. And then since we have a big earnings week, we're going to go into the earnings calendar, and then we'll get into the watch list for the week ahead. I know YouTube's a little delayed, so I just want to double check, make sure everybody's good to go. Everybody can see clear, everybody can hear clear. Drop a 1 if you can, 2 if you can't. Once everybody verifies, we'll get going, man. Again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. For anybody that doesn't understand about the little light counter at the bottom, when that fills up, that's a giveaway for you guys, which we handle at the end. But yeah, man, I'm going to wait for you guys to confirm if everything's good to go, and then we'll rock out. Alrighty, seems like everybody's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger for you guys. I'm going to pull up this economic calendar, and we're going to have a great night tonight, all right? We're going into Monday, October 28th. Big week ahead, guys. Massive week ahead. First things first, Monday, nothing of importance, so we can chill. Tuesday, October 29th, that's when the data kicks off here. Kicking it off with, we have consumer confidence. That is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with JOLTS. That is going to be on Tuesday, October 29th. Wednesday, October 30th, we also have very important data. That's going to be GDP at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by pending home sales at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that is Wednesday, October 30th. Thursday, our usual jobless claims. That is going to be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with PCE at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also have PMI at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. So big day here on Wednesday, big day here on Thursday, and an even bigger day on Friday to kick off November. We have non-farm payrolls at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by ISM at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we also have PMI at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a very big week ahead in terms of economic data. Again, Monday we are good to go. Tuesday, quick recap, consumer confidence and JOLTS, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, October 30th, we have GDP at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, 10 a.m. we have pending home sales at 10 a.m. Thursday, October 31st, jobless claims, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with PMI at 9:45. Friday, November 1st, big day here, 8:30 a.m. non-farm payrolls. We also have ISM at 10 a.m. and we'll of course have PMI as well at 10:45. So very big week ahead of us in terms of economic data. Now, what I really want to get into is the economic calendar. We have an even bigger week here. This is absolutely huge, guys. Kicking off the week, October 28th, which is tomorrow, Monday. This is a beautiful calendar, right? I'm going to break down to you guys for multiple reasons, right? Number one here, right? This calendar is very important. We'll put number one over here. Let's put 1, overall sentiment, right? 2, post, right? So two very, 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 very important components of trading in general, right? Having a great gauge and confidence in the overall sentiment, overall trend, overall structure. 2, actual A+ quality setups, right? So every single one of these names reporting this week that we usually trade, which I'm going to highlight right now for you guys. First things first, Monday, right? Pre-market, nothing much going on. After hours, forward, et cetera, a couple other names. But the big day is going to start on Tuesday into the rest of the week. Tuesday morning, we have PayPal. That is going to be pre-market. I have a couple other names here, McDonald's, Pfizer, BP, Crocs. Crocs is also a good one to trade post earnings. Tuesday after hours, this is where the fun really begins. We have AMD after hours on Tuesday. We have Google after hours on Tuesday. We also have Snap, which can be a fun one to trade. We have Visa, Reddit. Wednesday, pre-market, we have Cat. Cat's a very fun one to trade post-earnings. We have Humana. Wednesday, after hours, this is a massive, massive day. We have Microsoft. We have Meta. We have Coinbase. We have Hood. We have Etsy. We have Roku. This is a massive, massive, massive lineup on Wednesday. And check this out. Thursday's even bigger, right? Thursday pre-market, we have Uber, we have Peloton. After hours Thursday, we have the big market movers. We have Amazon, we have Apple, we have Intel. Look at this earnings lineup. This is huge, right? I mean, if you go look at the weightings, right? Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let's go to QQQ top holdings, right? Let's check this out real quick. Let's just check this out, right? So let's go look at QQQ's top holdings. As of June 14th, 2024, this is what we got here, right? Let's put this down in the bottom. Put this down in the bottom here, right, to where we can see it. Microsoft, number 1. Apple, number 2. Amazon, down here at number 6. 7. Meta, 8. Google. The 8 top holdings are reporting this week for QQQ. Right? Let's go to SPY real quick.
Here's a summary from the website
Hey Google.
finance.yahoo.com.
Yeah.
MSFG,
She's going to read it to us now.
NVDA, AVGO, Meta, ANCN, TSLA, Cost, and more.
Hey Google. Stop. Yeah, that's I can't really mention that word, but hey, I appreciate you for helping us out. Anyway, so this is QQQ down here, right? We have QQQ. You can see top 8 holdings, pretty much reporting this week outside of Nvidia. Next, let's go check out SPY. That's pretty funny. Go look at SPY, right? Let's check this out real quick. Top holdings. Let's go check it out. Apple, number 1. Microsoft, number 2. 4. Amazon, 5. Meta, GOOGL, 7. Right? Tesla reported last week. Very, very strong. What did the Michael do? I mean, I said Michael. Market. What did the market do? Ripped, right? So if you guys see this earnings lineup, literally every single top holding for QQQ and SPY is reporting this week, right? So what we want to see is a couple of these names to be on the same page, right? That's what we want. We want Apple to be good. We want Alphabet to be good. I'm not going to say that G word because mine is going to go crazy. So we have Alphabet, we have Amazon, we have Apple, we have Microsoft, we have Meta. We have essentially all of the top holdings reporting for QQQ and SPY this week, right? So if we can get these names on the same page, Amazon, Apple, good, or Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, bad, right? If we get majority on the same page, the market's either going to blow the top off or the market's going to shit the bed, right? So that's why we have this listed over here as very important for number 1, overall sentiment, and 2, post-earnings setups, right? Every single one of these names that I have a box over, PayPal 1, Crocs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, will include Uber 13, will include Intel 14, we'll just say roughly 15, right? We have 15 potential A+ post-earning setups, right? A+ setups equal higher confidence, higher conviction based off the catalyst. That's where we can size up, and that's where the money's really made. So we have 15 potential different opportunities to really slam one of these post-earning setups. This is where the money's made, right? This is where the money is made, right? Not just overall confidence in terms of sentiment. If we can get them on the same page and market rips or market dumps, we're talking about individual setups regardless of what the market does. I can promise you at least 1/3 of these are going to make a move, right? I don't know which ones, obviously, but I can say at least 5 out of the 15 are going to provide us with a quality A+ setup where we can look to put size on, which obviously would be where the money is made, right? So that's why this week is so important. Just as I showed you guys, pretty much the whole top holdings for QQQ and SPY reporting. That is huge, right? That is absolutely huge. Weeks like this are massive. This is going to set the tone moving forward for a while, right? For a while, right? For a good while, good while. But let's get into the charts here. We'll start off with ES. Before we do, oh wow, everything's my stop just got hit on silver. Let me tell everybody I got stopped. Yeah, I just got stopped out on silver, which is all good. I made like $800. It's not bad. I am looking to re-enter though. Silver looks very good still. I know oil is down like 4% this evening. Gold's seen a little pullback, which gold still looks very good. Silver looks the best in my opinion. You guys can see this chart just as well as I can. This is absolutely huge. We already caught this once tonight, but I'm looking for a re-entry. This is just that beautiful bull flag back into that previous all-time high resistance, which is now support. It looks very good. So if we can snipe another entry here on the live, I definitely will. This looks very good. Very good. But let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and set an alert. So if we continue pulling back, I'm going to enter this with you guys. Yeah, we'll watch it for a second, see if we can get a nice entry. I like this silver a lot. I like it a lot. A lot. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, silver, gold, and oil starting to see a bit of a pullback, which is all good. All good. Alrighty, let's start off with ES. I'm gonna keep a close eye on that silver and gold because I definitely want to take an entry. So for those of you guys that like to trade futures, we can take an entry together. Keeping a very close eye on it. Very close eye. This is probably the cleanest chart setup I've seen in a while. In terms of it being a break and retest, this is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Got that nice flag back into. I kind of want to re-enter right now, but I want us to see us base first. I don't want to just jump in front of a moving train after that nasty sell. If we start to wick here, I'll get filled. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a drink of water and we'll rock out. We're gonna start off on ES, so I'll give you guys time to pull up your charts and we'll get to it. Alrighty, let's get it. ES, here we are. Which app do I use trade future? I use Webull. Webull and Trade8. Webull is absolutely amazing. So here we are, back at the monthly on ES. I mean, you guys can see it just as well as I can. Not much has changed here, but a lot will change this week. In my opinion, right? In my opinion, if the market rips, right, this 6,000 level is going to get blown through. I'm talking about in one day. Right, like a bullish target for this week would be up at like 6,200. That's my bullish target. Bearish target, I'm gonna say 5,600. That'll be my bearish target. Bullish target 6,200. Bearish target 5,600. That's like a 400-point move each way, give or take, which I think is very doable if we get multiple on the same page. But monthly chart here, you guys can see pretty much the same chart we looked at last week. Still lacking a significant amount of volume here. Weekly chart, I mean, you guys can see it's just been by the dip, right? You guys have seen pretty much since that 52-week low, we've been holding this overall uptrend. Last week, seen a nice little pullback, which we held again. So weekly chart, overall uptrend, still very much so intact. Daily chart pretty much looks like we're just flagging back into that resistance, which is now support that you guys can see here at that 5,800 level. Just a classic break and retest, right? Which we also bounced off this massive uptrend here. So in terms of this chart structure, it still looks very, very, very bullish by all means, right? This is not a chart that you want to be bearish on at all, right? You guys can see just as well as I can. You have the starting point, second touch. That was the third touch last week in confluence with that major resistance from previous all-time highs at 5,800. So this overall uptrend is very much so intact. From a chart standpoint, I would consider this chart very, very bullish, right? Now, given is the monthly lacking a little bit of volume? Sure. Weekly? Sure. Daily? This is a beautiful chart, right? You guys can see just as well as I can that this is a very beautiful chart. But what we're watching this week, right? We're essentially trading in this massive range here. Continuing to, that we has been for pretty much the past month. I'm going to talk about the big line in the sand levels this week due to the significance. Man, I'm really about to enter silver. I'm watching it on this other chart. I just don't want to miss it. Sorry to get off track, but the thing is with silver though, man, it like if you trade a mini, right, which I just was, right, this thing moves $500 every 10 cents, right? So that's 5K per dollar. So you can make or lose $5,000 per every dollar it moves. I'm gonna grab some micros. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab a few micros and not minis. Yeah, I just longed silver. I grab micros because if we can pull back into this 33.2, 33 area, I'm gonna add more to it. My stop loss is going to be below that 33.2, and we'll work from there. I don't like that aggressive sell here. It could be news motivated, but the beautiful thing about futures, you just set your stop and keep it pushing. I love this chart. But back to ES, right? So the big range this week that we need to be paying attention to is one, that 5,800 level, right? We have that massive earnings lineup. We have very important economic data, and I think a big move is going to follow off of those. Going to be definitely a big catalyst to move the market in one direction or the other. So in terms of downside, one level we need to be watching, it's at 5,800, right? If we pull back into this 5,800, first initial watch would be a demand bounce, right? So if we pull back into this demand here, I would be interested in a long entry. But the main watch is obviously going to be, hey, if we break this 5,800, that's where we can confidently look to put on a short position, back down into this 5,773 and this low 5,700. Like I said, if we get very, very weak, I wouldn't be surprised to see down here at low 5,600s, 100%, some point in the near future, if that earnings is bad, if data is bad. In terms of upside, 5,900 level has been the big pivot. So what we can watch here is one, if we push into this tomorrow, right, and we start to show weakness here, I would be interested in a reject. But in terms of just overall sentiment, what I want to see on ES is one, clear this 5,900, right, get back above 5,900, break that 5,928, and that's going to trigger that move back into 6,000. For the first time ever, we'll trade into that 6,000 level. And if we break that 6,000, that's when that parabolic squeeze is going to happen. So looks good, right? Like overall structure wise, ES is very, very bullish still. Monthly, weekly, daily standpoint. Hourly, obviously it's a little tricky here considering last week's action, last week's rejection of this 5,900. So honestly, I don't, from a chart standpoint, like I said, looks like we want to go higher, but it's getting to the point where it's like, we don't have a catalyst to do so. But if we got these earnings on the same page or this data on the same page, that would be the catalyst for me to say, hey, fuck yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? So those are the big levels we need to pay attention to. 5,800 to the downside, 5,900 to the upside, and that's pretty much what we're watching here on ES for the week ahead. NQ, you could look at this chart at the same point of view, essentially, right? I mean, you look at the monthly, it's very, very strong, right? Down in August, we pulled back to this major demand, held. September, pulled back, held. Early October, which was this month, held, right? So this monthly chart is just continuing to build, right? It's still a very strong chart despite us having low volume. Weekly chart, Pretty much had that outside bar from last week, pushed into that 2700, which we spoke about last week, failed it. So overall, we're just essentially range bound here on NQ. As you guys can see, we have this nice little rally base here, which there can be opportunity here if we break, right? So as of right now, this chart is just very tricky. Right, you guys can see here, last week we pushed into this major supply, 5670, 5700, and we've seen a disgusting sell-off. Friday, pushed same back into the supply, seen a disgusting sell-off, right? So this week, we're pretty much going to have the same game plan as we have, the past week or the previous weeks off of this 5700. First initial watch here is going to be a short entry, right? If we push back into the supply, even where we're trading at right now, 5670, 5700, this is where I want to look for a reject, right? This is proven to be a massive, massive, massive supply. The risk to reward from this area is very, very simple, right? It's absolutely beautiful, right? It's absolutely beautiful. But if we're talking about overall sentiment, right, what we need to see, right? First things first, any type of upside, 2700 is the level, right? If we get above 2700, that's where we can confidently say, hey, I'm 100% confident looking for those dips to go long, target be back at that 2100. Above 2700, hang on tight, the squeeze is coming, right? Very, very simple here. In terms of downside, 2450. This is that pivot. This is like the medium of that range we've been trading in. As you guys can see, this is a major level. If we can get back below 2450, I would be interested in a short back into 2250 and then this 20,000 level. 20,000 is ultimately going to be the line in the sand here moving forward for NQ, right? That's ultimately going to be the line in the sand. 2450 gets us down into 2250, 2250 down into 20,000. 20,000 is that line in the sand here. Below 20,000, that's just it's a ball game, right? Below 20,000, it's a ball game. So the game plan on NQ this week, upside, very simple. 2,700 is that pivot. As I stated, if we push back into this and we do show weakness as we have the past few times, I would be interested in a reject. But considering we have these massive catalysts this week, I feel like the safest approach is going to be either let it break, right? Let it break to the upside, let it break to the downside, and then we just trade with the trend. I feel like that's the best approach this week. Not looking for those counter trend trades, especially as we've seen last week. It gets very, very tricky, very quick. So yeah, above that 2,700, we could look for those pullbacks to go long back in that 21,000 area. Downside, 2,450 is the pivot. We can get below 2,450. We can look for that short down into 2,250. Come down to this 20,000. We could look for initial relief bounce, but the main watch is going to be get back below it for the downside continuation. And yeah, that's the game plan for the week ahead. Very simple. Ultimately, just waiting for these ranges to break, right? The market has been a range for some time now, ES and Q. As you guys can see here, right? It's just ultimately been in a massive, massive range. And the ranges have been very, very fun to trade, right? The reason being is because they're massive ranges, right? These ranges are far from usual, right? This is a 900-point range, right? A 900-point range. That translates to like a $15, $20 move on QQQ, right? So they've been good to trade, right? They have. But this week, I just consider it pretty dangerous with all those catalysts. So ES and Q, you guys know the game plan. And yeah, man, let's go over to QQQ and SPY, and we'll have a great night ahead of us. I do want to talk about one thing real quick. For anybody that trades futures, watch this level on YM. This is going to be the Dow, right? This is a big overall sentiment level. We were trading with it last week. It's going to be this 42,200. For anybody that trades futures, keep a very, very close eye on this area. As you guys can see, this is a significant demand, right? If the Dow loses this, I think that downside is going to get absolutely disgusting, not just on the Dow, but the overall market. So if we start to see a big divergence with the Dow breaking or the Dow holding, this could be a great trade opportunity, which for those of you guys who traded with me last week, we caught a couple great opportunities off a divergence from the Dow, NQ, and ES. So yeah, watch this area on the Dow, 42,000, 42,200. If we start to hold this area, it's very likely we're going to rip. If we can get below it, that'll be the confirmation for shorts back down to that 41,000 area. And yeah, that's what I would watch on US 30, which is the Dow, right? IM. Oil, 4% gap down. Gold still looks good. 2,700, 2,700, 1,500 area. Silver, we're watching right now. I just grabbed a couple micros to hold through the live. And yeah, let's get into QQQ and SPY. So here we are, QQQ. I It's a little different chart than NQ, obviously, right? Because if you look at QQQ, we don't have the data we have right now. So if you're just looking at the charts from Friday's close, this was a very bearish close on NQ, right? We have that double top, had an attempt to go higher on Friday, failed it, and formed a nice bearish pin bar. That's what you're going to see on QQQ. And with that indication from Friday, right? Like, this is what you want to see. This is what you want to see in terms of context, right? We pushed into a major supply and we failed it, right? QQQ attempted to go higher here, failed. Attempted to go higher Friday, failed. Formed that bearish reversal at the top of a trend. This is what you want to see for a reversal, right? So QQQ, the game plan this week is going to be using that as a reference. That 500, 501. If you guys see my Instagram, this was the same trade that I took last week, right? It was literal high a day, right? That 500 reject that we all took together was literal high a day. This is the pivot. Right, this is the line in the sand. This is that very, very big level. It's the top of this ascending wedge. You guys can see here. You got the starting point, connecting point, third touch, fourth touch was Friday. We're just trading in this massive wedge. So QQQ specifically, what I want to watch here is this 500, 501 area. That's going to correlate to that 2700. Okay, so if we can push back into this 500, 501 area on QQQ, I would be interested in a reject for sure. Right, this is a very significant supply. 100% would be interested in a reject. On the flip side, if we get weak, say for example tomorrow or after earnings, and we get back below this 493.25, that's where we can confidently look to go short back down into 490. Major level we need to watch is this 485. 485, 486 is where I want to watch for a demand bounce off this macro demand here. Line in the sand for downside is going to be at 485. If we break 485, hang on tight. 480 and low 470s are coming right after. So like I stated, I kind of want to talk about just big line in the sand levels this week. Stay away from the others. So 501 to the upside, that's the line in the sand. If we get above 501, QQQ is testing all-time highs at 505. Above 505, that's new all-time highs. Hang on tight. We're going parabolic. Downside, 485 is the big level. That's the bottom of the range. We get below 485, it's lights out. Those are the big levels that we all need to be paying attention to this week on QQQ. Like I said, I'm interested in those other trades in between. I am 100%. But I do want to see the range break ultimately. SPY, what I want to watch here, essentially the same thing. You guys can see this chart it's strong, right? It's very strong. And I think it's funny, right? Hold on. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun real quick. You guys know I like to have fun. Let's have some fun real quick. Let me find this. Hold on. Don't tell me he deleted his comment. This motherfucker deleted his comment. Did any of you guys see it on my post? His name was like Jesse McCartney. I hope he's in this live. Jesse, are you here? There's no way you deleted your comment, my man. There's no way you deleted it. Just not a thing. Nope, definitely deleted it. I just commented it, LOL. And he said something like, your chart's wrong, your trend line's wrong, your level's wrong. And I was going to save it for tonight so I could make a learning lesson out of it. But apparently he deleted his comment, so there goes that. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a drink of water real quick. I swear it's so funny, man. It's so funny. But SPY, you guys can see here, we're essentially trading in this massive rising wedge and have been for some time now. And it's been very respected, right? Very respected on both ends. We held the bottom of it last week, which where we bounced from, you guys know, context is super important. And where we bounced from last week was absolutely huge, right? We bounced off that previous all-time high resistance, which was support, which was resistance, excuse me, which retested as support at 574. We held that in confluence with that trend line support, and that's a massive demand, right? And that's what I want to talk about right now is you guys can see here on SPY, this 574, 575 is the line in the sand ultimately, right? You guys can see this. This is absolutely huge. So the game plan on SPY is if we pull back to this demand, 574, 575, we can look for a higher risk demand bounce, right? The reason I say it's higher risk is because of the context in which it's coming about, right? We rejected that 5,900, so if we pull back into that 574, 575 after that strong rejection and putting in a lower high here off this 585, it's a bit higher risk, right? So I do want to watch that 574, 575 area for a higher risk demand bounce. The main watch is going to be a breakdown, right? If we can get a break and hold below 574, this is lights out. You guys can see just as well as I can. There is nothing but room down to this 565. This is a massive, massive, massive level. If we can get below 574, shorts are on the table, hang on tight, floodgates are opening, right? That's my main watch this week. Upside, I do want to keep an eye back on that 5,900 area on ES, which will correlate to 585, 586 on SPY. If we start to show weakness in this area, I would be open to a reject. But again, the main watch is going to be obviously a break of this range. So the top of the range, 586. If we get above 586, this is just going to go absolutely parabolic into 590, potentially even that 600 psychological level. Downside, you guys know where we're watching. 574 level is the line in the sand. We get below 574, hang on tight. That 565 should be right around the corner, right? That's what we're watching this week for SPY, QQQ, ES, and NQ. Also covered a little bit of YM, silver, and gold for those that like to trade futures. And yeah, man, that's what we're watching for the week ahead on those names. Now let's get into the individual names for the week ahead. First things first, I do want to talk about Tesla. Tesla is going to be the main watch this week. And if you guys notice, my watch is very small, right? It's very, very small compared to usual. I have 4 names on the watch. We're really 3, including silver, which would be 4. And that's because majority of the names that we trade are reporting earnings and nothing else looks good. And I want to use this as a learning lesson for you guys is not every week we're going to have a ton of setups, right? Like in terms of setups to trade for tomorrow, we only have Tesla, we have Nvidia, we have Netflix. In terms of my strategy, my systems, right? This is what I see. Right? Other people might see other stuff, but in my opinion, these are the best setups that I've seen. There's a few other great setups on Microsoft, Amazon, and those names, but we can't trade it. Obviously, they have earnings. You don't want to trade a name going into earnings due to the inflated IV. You want to trade a name post earnings. You want to let that dust settle, and then we can go from there. But yeah, so Tesla's the main one I want to watch this week, especially after last week's significant strength after earnings, which helped the overall market. As you guys seen, pretty much propped it up, gave it a little bit more help. I owe you guys one giveaway now as well. But yeah, Tesla's absolutely beautiful chart. You guys can see this here. Look at the monthly. This is a crazy, crazy chart. We essentially just engulfed that previous month, have that nasty bullish engulfing here, nasty bullish pin bar. This is absolutely huge on Tesla. You go to the weekly, it's the definition of a Hulk. Right, this is the definition of a Hulk. We have a massive bullish engulfing, outside bar, rising volume, catalyst behind it. This is the definition of strength, right? 100% the definition of strength. And what I want to talk about on Tesla is one, we just broke this massive downtrend, right? You guys can see here on Tesla, we broke this massive downtrend from all-time highs, along with that nice little structure at 261. But Tesla is trading back into a major resistance. Right, we can all see here that this 270 level is absolutely massive, right? You guys can see here, this is huge, right? So going into this trading week, main watch on Tesla is going to be that 270. You can expect some drama here, so make sure you guys be careful. What we want to see is a nice clean break and hold above 270. That's where we can look to pick up those dips on Tesla to go long. First target would be that 280, 290, and then that 300 psychological level. Now, in terms of a pullback, let's say, for example, Tesla pulls back. First level I want to watch is this 260 area. It's a bit higher risk, but I do want to keep it on watch. The main watch is going to be that 252, 255 area for a demand bounce on Tesla. That is going to be the main watch. So again, above 270, longs are on the table. 252, 255 is the main area to watch for a demand bounce, with that 260 level being a higher risk watch. Next, we have Nvidia. You guys all know, man, it's this chart. You just look at it, and back in 1997 when I was born, or even my parents, before then, what the fuck were they doing, man? Why weren't they long Nvidia? I was 2 years old. Fuck buying me diapers. Fuck buying me baby food or a toy. Buy Nvidia. Right? Like, what the fuck was going on, man? Why? I just don't understand why they didn't have the genius idea of investing in Nvidia. Just for perspective, right? If you would have put $10 in Nvidia in 1999, right? 1999, that $10 would be about 3.5 million. Yeah, 3.5. Let me see. 1,000%, $10 would be 100. 10,000% would be 1,000. Excuse me, that'd be 350,000. 350,000. So $10 in 1999 would now be 350,000. Okay. So if you put $1,000, yeah, if you put $100, that would be 3.5 million. If you put $1,000, that'd be 35 million. Jesus. Crazy, right? It's fucking absolutely crazy. But yeah, you guys see Nvidia, man. It's an absolute freight train. Dips get bought left and right. Everybody's putting dip on their chip. But it's an interesting chart, right? Last week we pushed new all-time highs. Friday we seen a rejection of those new all-time highs we just put in at 145, kind of forming a nice little double top here. I think there can be value on both ends, right? First things first, I love this 140 level on Nvidia. If Nvidia can break this nice little uptrend here and get back below 140, I think we can see a nice move back down to the 137. If we get below 137, I think that 130 is pretty imminent. So this is the main watch on Nvidia. Below 140, we can look to go short down into 137, or if we continue to show strength, hold this nice little uptrend, get above 145, that's where we can confidently look to go long on Nvidia for a move back into 150, and that's the game plan here. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful chart, right? Either way it goes. Netflix, you guys can all see this chart. This is huge, right? Just broke all-time highs last week after a positive earnings release. Yeah, you guys can see it's just a beautiful chart, right? Broke those all-time highs. Now we're holding above it. Looks very, very, very good. So what we want to watch here is, first things first, if we can pull back into that 735, 740 area, this is where I want to look for a high confidence, high conviction demand bounce to go long. On the flip side, if we continue to show strength above that 772 is where we can look to go long on Netflix for continuation back into that 780 and that 800 psychological level. And that is going to be the game plan for the week ahead on Netflix. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart here, guys. And yeah, man, that's what we're watching this week. Sorry, my watch list is super short. And yeah, man, we're going to go over a couple more things. I want to go over a couple swings that I'm watching. So let's go ahead and hop into that real quick. These are all the names that are reporting earnings. Outside of that, I have two swings I was watching. One is Cat, but Cat is reporting earnings this week, so kind of just going to be patient here. What I liked about it was that all-time high break and retest. You guys can see here we have that previous all-time high resistance, which we're retesting as support. But we have earnings this week, so kind of just got to sit patient there. Penn National, this looks very, very good. You guys can see held that major demand last week, formed that nice bullish engulfing, bullish pin bar off of that 18 level. We go down to the daily chart. We just broke an absolute massive downtrend here. This looks very, 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 very good on Penn. So this would be one of my top swing watches here. Two scenarios I would like to trade this. One is if we can break this 20.3 level, this would trigger a much bigger move to the upside. So if we can break that 20.3, that's where we can look to go long on Penn for a move back into that 2150 and that 2375. Yeah, this looks very good. If we can get above that structure at 20.3, that's where we can look to go long for that 2150 move and then back into that 2460. Higher risk entry here would be a pullback into this 19. If we pull back into this 19 level and hold, that's where we can look for a higher risk long entry. The safest entry is going to be above that 20.3 that I just mentioned. But yeah, man, very short watch list this week, so obviously it's going to be a shorter live. I will spend a couple minutes, though, answering questions if you guys have any, whatever it may be. Questions, concerns, absolutely anything, whether it's about trading, business, entrepreneurship. You guys know I'm more than happy to answer it. I owe you guys one giveaway is now. The next target's 300, so if we hit that by sometimes how we finish, I'll be more than happy to do another one. But yeah, man. Oh, crypto. Yeah, we can go over crypto real quick. My standpoint's still the exact same. It's not going to change. Solana, 120, 125. It's dip to buy. If you're in it, just hold. Bitcoin, 60,000, 50,000 dip to buy. If you're already in it, just hold it. If you're not in it, buy it. Dollar cost average. Ethereum, hold. That's all I gotta say. Dips down to 2100, 2200. Buy the dip, hold. Above 2800, we get parabolic. And yeah, buy and hold. But yeah, man, let's answer a few questions. See what everybody's got tonight. And yeah, let's have a great night. Let's have a great night. Let me see what we got here. What questions y'all got for me, man? Whatever it may be, feel free to ask it. Let's see. I just started a little Q&A to make it easier. If you have a question, ask it in the Q&A because it'd be so much easier. I won't miss it. I won't miss it. So if you have a question, type it in the Q&A. I will answer as many as I can, and then we'll go ahead and do these giveaways. Let's get it. Whatever you guys got. Business, entrepreneurship, trading, something about me, feel free to ask it. I'm more than happy to answer. All right, let's see what we got here. Questions. Can I do classes for people that can't get them into? All I can tell you, man, is just join the Zoom. I post it free every day. Yeah, that's what I would say. I do so much for free, man. I mean, I'm not trying to. I say this respectfully. There's no one in this world that does what I do in terms of for the trading community, and I ask for nothing in return. Zero. I've been doing it for years. Even this Sunday live tonight, there's so much value and what we've covered so far. I'm not sitting here promoting stuff to you guys, telling you to buy stuff or do this. No, I'm strictly talking about the charts, talking about levels, talking about setups, talking about strategies, talking about everything. Just sit back, take notes, and I promise you'll be golden. Same thing with the Zooms. I live trade every single day. I don't know how long it's going to last, but take advantage of it while it does. How do I keep myself in check daily? What do you mean? In what aspect? Like trading wise? I mean, it's pretty easy. You get to a point where it's like autopilot. Now, given some days I do perform worse than others, but I'm usually pretty in tune with myself, not only as a person but as a trader. So it's all about understanding your triggers, being proactive and not reactive. Would I argue with the idiot new trader? No, I wouldn't. Just like that guy Jesse who commented on my post, told me that my trend line was wrong, told me that my levels were wrong. I just commented LOL. What else we got here? New trading hours? That's pretty interesting. I think they said like 22 hours a day. I don't understand the point of that. Might as well make it 24 at that point. I guess to give everybody time off. I'm not sure, but yeah. How do you join the Zoom? All right, I'm gonna show you guys one time. I can't even show you because it's on mobile. Literally, all you have to do, go to my profile, right? Click this link. This is not to sell you anything, not to do absolutely anything. There's my Instagram, right? Click that link. Go to my Instagram on the phone, right? You're going to notice a channel that says The Hangout. It's completely free. Click it, join. Bam, there you go. Now, obviously, I trade with my mentees off the open. And, yeah, I usually post my link every day. And we usually take a trade together every single day, right? So that's that. All right, back to questions. What percentage? I don't really use a percentage for options in terms of a stop loss. I use more of equity levels and a dollar amount, if anything. I managed to get one of your mentorship spot. What are the benefits come? I mean, everything's lifetime, right? You pretty much get the mentorship every year. So if you just signed up for the last mentorship, you're going to obviously take it now, and then next year you'll get another one, right? If you took my last mentorship, say for example 2 months ago, last time I did one, you're going to be able to take it again in about 2 weeks, right? So if you just finished, you're literally going to be able to take it again. But everything's lifetime, right? So you're just stuck with me for life. Everything. Meetups, live trading, absolutely everything. Previous mentorships, future mentorships, absolutely everything. Anything I do, you guys have access to. Any of my early mentees can attest to that. Like I literally, everything that I have access to, I give you guys access to. Everything. Kyle Lackey, man, how can you, you said, since you do so much for free, how do you prefer for us to support you, man? You guys showing up. That's it. I simply, it helps me sleep at night knowing that I'm someone for you guys as I wish someone would have been there for me. I know at the end of the day, I'm doing everything I can to help you guys, which helps me, right? I don't sit here and try to push stuff down your guys' throat. I don't try to sell you stuff all night. That's not what I do. I just sit here and I simply teach, educate, and give you guys the same respect and same energy and same education and same value that I would have liked to received when I was first starting trading. That's it. That's all I do, right? So I mean, that's support me, just to show up. If I post something, like it, right? If I post something, comment. And that's about it. I don't ask anything from you guys. Let me know how I helped you, right? That helps. Favorite level I'm watching this week? Probably that ES and NQ. 100%. That ES and NQ for sure. ES and NQ. Let's see what we got here. No, I'm not. I don't have a public Discord. I don't do the signal thing. I don't have any of that. Just by myself every day. How do I trade on the go? I just use my laptop. Patrick, not really. I sleep like 5-6 hours a night. But alrighty. Do I give out swings on the Zoom? Yeah, we've actually crushed swings. Just a question, right? Just be honest, right? I want everybody to be honest, right? I want everybody to be honest. I'm not doing this. I'm not recording right now. This is not going anywhere. I just want a simple answer, right? For those of you guys, I say this respectfully, right? I say this respectfully, of course. If you've ever live traded with me, right? You've ever live traded with me or you ever live traded with somebody else, right? Bottom line, how was live trading with me? How was your experience in terms of learning or making money, right? Or understanding, even just understanding what's going on if you're not an experienced trader, right? Just a genuine question. Genuine question. It's not going anywhere. I'm not recording without you guys telling you guys no. I'm just genuinely asking. I don't want you guys just to, say, oh, 10 out of 10. No, I want you guys to be honest. What could I do different? What could I do better? Doesn't feel forced. Nice. Simple. Cool. Damn, silver's kind of printing right now. We just got a bottom tick entry. This fucking thing moves so crazy, it's not even funny. Silver is absolutely printing right now. I'm up 1,700 at the moment. 1,800. Nice. Okay. I like I said, I want you guys to be honest, right? I don't want you guys to just say, I appreciate everybody's answer, but I just want you guys to be honest. That's it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Silver is absolutely printing right now. Nice. Okay. I love to hear that. Love to hear it. Love to hear that. That's just the way I am. I always talk fast. I can't really help that. I've always been that way. Dope. I appreciate everybody's response. I appreciate your guys' honesty, and it means a lot. It does. there's anything I can prove on, feel free to let me know. I'm always receptive to constructive criticism, even if it's bad, whatever it may be. But alrighty, guys, we're approaching the hour mark here. We've covered all the setups we're watching this week. Let's go ahead and do this giveaway and rock out. Side note, though, this silver looks really, really good going into the morning. This silver looks really, really good. Right now, we are up pretty decent, but I'm going to continue holding. We entered right here. We literally entered right here. So we got about 2 cents of risk. We got a good entry, right? We got a good entry here on silver. Ultimately, I would really like to see at least like 34. I would like to see at least 34, which will put us at like a 4-hour trade. I would like to see at least 34. So I'm gonna move my stop a little bit up here to 33.5, and I'm gonna hold into the morning on this. I like this a lot. Yeah, I mean, right now, I'll show you guys. I have nothing to hide, absolutely zero, nothing to hide. You guys can see I'm up 1,800 open, totals 1,000. Today's 10:27. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue holding, and yeah, man. You said make them a little shorter. I can. But all right, let's do this giveaway, and we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. All right. Let's get it. If we somehow hit the 300 before we get done, I'll be more than happy to do another one. But yeah, let's get it, man. So first things first here. Reset all entries, settings, keyword. Keyword this week is going to be earnings. Earnings is the keyword. Bam. All you have to do is type it one time and you are good to go. One time and you are good to go. One time and you are good to go. If we somehow hit 300 before we end, I'll be more than happy to do another one. But yeah, man, let's get it. Again, regardless of you guys win money or you don't win money, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in tonight, especially at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's late for a lot of you guys, or for anybody that's on the West Coast, it's pretty early. But regardless, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys wrote down the game plan. And yeah, man, if you guys want to trade with me, you guys know where to trade for me. I trade for free every single day. I showed you guys how. Literally just go to my main Instagram page, click the hangout, boom, you're good to go. You don't have to do anything. You have to do nothing, right? But alrighty, we'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. JRV gone. Everybody understands the rules. Hopefully, JRV gone. Got it 30 seconds. I know there's a little delay, so I'll give it a couple extra seconds. And yeah. You got to attend at least 5 lives. 4, I'll let you slide, but ideally 5. Yeah, you only need to type it one time. You're good to go. JRV gone. Where you at, man? You're running on your last leg here, man. 45 seconds is where I cut it. 45 seconds. Damn, bro. I gave you an extra 5 too. Alright, well, we're gonna re-roll it. 404 Digital Inc. $404 Digital Inc. I gave him an extra 20-30 seconds. I feel like that's more than fair. I seen him just type, but obviously that was very, very late. $404 Digital Inc. Damn, man. How long is the delay? Am I tripping? I feel like most people, when they win, it's within like 15, 20 seconds. Is it really that bad? Whatever. We'll let both win. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I guess we'll make it a minute. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, we'll do one more. Yeah, we'll do one more. I know 404 Digital Ink has been here for a long time. We'll do one more. It's whatever. Is the delay really that long? No, this is first night. That doesn't even count anyway. Appreciate you for tuning in though, man. What is this happen? What is happening right now? I have no clue what's happening. I feel like I'm tripping out. All right, let's run it back. We'll do one more. All right, just to establish the rules, Dom, you can just go to it and give it to him. I don't. It's whatever, man. Just concrete rules. We'll say a minute. A minute. I feel like that's good enough for delay. You gotta attend at least 5 lives. I feel like that's fair. If you're a first timer, we'll still get you something, but want to make sure that people have been attending for a while have the best chance, right? Good luck, everybody. Turbo. It's the key word. All right, we'll give it a... Let's see. 5 more seconds. All right, good luck, everybody. Dual Threat. That name looks very, very new. Dual Threat. Dual Threat. Where you at? That's what I'm saying. Like, the delay can't be that big because, like, Rastapasta just said congrats, Dual Threat 10 seconds after he's seen this. So there's no way the delay is that bad. I guess it might be worse from some others, but there's no way it's a minute. There's no way. Because Rastapasta just said congrats 10 seconds after. So it can't be that bad. Yeah, 39 seconds. That's cool. Dual Threat. Let's check him out. Yeah, it's a good winner. Good winner. Good winner. All right. Dom, you can give the first 2 half of what we usually do. And then Dual Threat will get the full amount. That's the way we'll do it. Just to make it fair. Just to make it fair. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Sorry it was a little bit shorter night in terms of watch list. A lot of the names we usually trade are... Holy shit. Fucking silver. Yee-hoo. Hello. Hello. Shoo-wee. I'm going to take one off here. I am going to take one off here. We will take that for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a bottom tick if I've ever seen one. We entered literally right here. I know it doesn't look like much. It really does not look like much. But like I said, the way silver moves, every 10 cents equals $500. Micro, every 10 cent is 50. So even if you bought a micro on that move right there from our entry, which was 33.4 to 33.6, you would have made $100. If you bought a mini, you would have made 1,000. If you bought a micro, you would have made 100. So I consider that a very, very nice trade. Very nice trade. I know it doesn't look like a big move, but the point value is pretty crazy. So yeah, if you would have bought a micro, that's $100 per contract. If you bought a a mini. It's $1,000 per contract. That's a great way to end a live. I'm happy with that. Made 2K throughout this live. Hey, fuck yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and end it on that note. Hopefully you guys that trade futures caught silver. You guys made some money tonight. If not, I'm sure hopefully tomorrow we can catch a couple dollars. And yeah, man, hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's live. Again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And I'm pretty sure I'll see majority of you guys tomorrow. And yeah, man, good night, everybody. Let's absolutely kill it this week. We got plenty of names to trade post earnings. Super, super excited about it. And yeah, manifesting a bright green week for everyone. Peace, y'all.